Welcome to tonight's cast of Debuffed, the WildStar News. I'm Memo, and we have with us tonight Cannon, who's going to be the Dominion Guild leader for Grievance,
Woo!
and
Dominion.
Soul Guardian, who's going to be the Exile leader for Grievance. How's it going tonight, guys?
You
Going
go first.
awesome. Oh
It is
yeah,
going amazing.
it's awesome. Come on, Exiles. It's always good. We're happy.
Hex.
Exiles. What is our big news for this week that we received as far as WildStar News?
As he said, Spellslinger.
Spellslinger,
Two
our
guns.
Gonna be our shoot 'em up cowboy class with magic powers. I mean, what more could you ask for? I believe we have a video for that as well. Could we get a video for that?
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Welcome to WildStar. This is DevSpeak. Ooh, this disclaimer has a hint of cranberry and just a flutter of nutty aged cheddar. So it's time to talk about WildStar's interdimensional magic space cowboy, or Spellslinger for short. Spellslingers are highly mobile, ranged assassins that use dual blasters and void magic to skirt danger, hurt some folk, and shoot their friends in the face. With heals. Basically, he's the Nightcrawler in a cowboy hat. Now, Spellslingers use sigils, blasters, light armor, and portals to another dimension. 8th or 9th, maybe. 8th or 9th dimension. Probably. The Void lets him teleport around, switch places with enemies. They can even hide out in there for a bit. Now, they also have powers in the real world, like sigils. Spellslingers use sigils to throw bad guys around, aim heals at their buddies, or blast things with fire and stuff. Which brings me to their primary weapon, dual blasters. They're perfect for running and gunning, or charging up and ripping through hide. Now all this and his light armor make the Spellslinger the most nimble, slippery sumbitch this side of the OK Corral. Teleport, dash, run and gun, swap, bamf! And of course, limited action set lets you decide if you're going to roll more guns blazing damage or friendly fire heals. Maybe favor mobility. Or precision nukes. Maybe you like CC. Either way, you're going to love saddling up with a Spellslinger. So take a shot at our website for more info on classes. And get a little social with your media. The devs are listening.
A la Beetlejuice there.
Yeah, Yosemite Sam Chua. That's pretty cool as well. There at the end, the cowboy hat, the white whiskers. That's pretty cool. Looks like we are getting to see another class with healing abilities, introduced into the game. That's exciting.
Yeah. They showed the Esper last weekend. They're going to be showing the Spellslinger. I mean, the Esper looked like a lot of fun, so I can't wait to see what the Spellslinger is going to be like. Because wow.
It's like everyone that they put out is like, wow, I want to play that one. I want to play that one. We have what do we have? 3 classes that are unreleased yet.
Correct.
That is something to look forward to. What are your thoughts on this, Soul?
It's interesting. It's like you said. Every time I see a new character, I'm like, "Ooh, that'd be fun. Ooh, that'd be fun." It's like I can't make up my mind. I mean, it's really like Bottom line, hence the name Soul Guardian. I'm a healer, and so to me, every character I'm looking at in that healing aspect, and to see a little guy, especially the Chua, which was amazing in the hat and the mustache, uh, run around, teleport, CC things. I mean, it's got the healing abilities I want, but also I could spec it out to do damage. I mean, it's really a healer's dream. I mean, Esther's the same way. So I don't even know. I'm so confused now. I'm so excited because I want to try them all and feel like just what mechanics are going to work for me. So it's interesting, and I can't wait.
Cannon, what class do you usually play?
I'm usually a tank class and everything like that, but I have I was a mage in another unnamed WoW guild. But so this kind of sings to that thing. One of the DPS abilities is obviously arcane missile. I mean, you're right there. You're just crying out mage, flame burst,
Magic
mage.
missile.
Yeah, magic missiles. But I watched that video, and the most exciting part that I of it, as I was watching it, and then they swapped positions with your enemies. That I thought was absolutely awesome. That ability, I want to go out and I want to try that. I just want you'll see me, I'll just be like going from guy to guy to guy to guy, go around in a circle.
Right,
Yeah,
until you do a group, and then you really make the tank angry. Tank's like, where'd he go?
or make the healer angry that's trying to keep you alive while you're bouncing all over the place. They compared the character to the X-Men character Nightcrawler, which is one of the original X-Men characters and a longtime favorite of mine. So there's a nice hook for people as well.
You think I'll have the accent, the nice heavy German accent?
I don't know. They did the BAMF in big letters, and that is a if you ever read X-Men, you've seen that every time Nightcrawler does his little portal thing, BAMF. It's what with the smell of sulfur and the kind of demonic tones to it. So, it's an
Oh,
interesting class.
they should
Yeah,
just keep it for Dominion, obviously. It's demonic.
Well, this is another
Or
one of the
evil.
games where, who's the good guys, who's the bad guys. I guess it's perspective.
That's true. But the teleportation, I think, is interesting on the character, and I think it's going to play a large part in the mechanics of him. But I'm curious about this whole different dimension, the 8th or ninth dimension. That to me is going to be interesting. Like, you can hang out there. Can you travel? Is it a shortcut? Like that to me is like makes me curious about this video. I was just like, how is that going to play a role with this character?
Yeah, and so during the middle of a raid, all of your Spellslingers go to this dimension to take a break while everybody else raids. Wonder how that's going to work.
the settler's going to set up a bar in the other dimension. Where is everybody? Sorry, guys.
Yeah, a lot of raid leaders aren't going to be happy.
Yeah, with just the classes we've seen, I mean, speaking of raids, the combinations and being able to fit all these different classes, because they almost so far, besides some of the set ones, seem like a lot of, you can heal, but you can also do utility support. Um, it seems like there's some very versatile classes.
I think it's going to work out well that way. I mean, I think that no matter who shows up for that raid that night, I believe you can. Hey, you adjust, you be the healer. You adjust, you be the DPS. Maybe last time you've healed, so maybe you do it DPS. I mean, you really have those options, and I think it's going to make it so that no matter who shows up, they can play an important role. And so I think it's really going to work out for more people being able to raid at more times.
Yeah, it's going to solve a lot of problems with never having enough healers. Oh, watch that nose.
Yeah.
Well, I know in another game we won't name, they have raids that scale to the number of players you have, and here we're going to have 40 mans, but wouldn't it be nice if you could also run these, say, with 38 or 32? That's just something for the devs out there to think about, that don't try and fit everything in one box.
Yes,
Yeah.
let us adjust our rates to what we have for a group suggestion.
But I don't even mind if they keep 40 out of 40 man. Like that would be the top tier. I
Yeah.
think it'd be
Yeah.
more interesting to like have the 20 man adjustable. So if you went in with 23, it would work. If you went in with 18, it would work. So that way you could get geared up and keep waiting for that 40 man. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, I would love to have the 40 man adjustable, but to me, I still want it to be that big top tier cookie. So when you get there, you're like, you earned it. You know it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be adjusting at all. Like you've worked your tail off to get to this point, and I think that's going to make it really worthwhile.
So what you're saying is something like you're saying the 20 man you make adjustable, but you'll have 40 man, only 40 man, but say that's hard mode raid type thing.
Yeah,
That's
you know what I
actually
mean? Like, because that way, I mean, 20 man, we got to admit, no matter, it's more accessible for a lot more guilds. And I think that would be how you gear up for the 40 man. So I think you could run the 20 man more often so that you could get to the 40 man. So it wouldn't have to be necessarily adjustable. It could be that once a week thing when you do the other one 3 times a week or something like that. Some kind of schedule. And I just think it would get more people geared up for the big guy, and it'd be more fun because more people can jump in. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's kind of like the whole mentoring system. I think is going to be great for this game because you have one character, and even if you're 50, you can go to a level 20 dungeon and help your new guys, or just help someone's alt or whatever. mean, that kind of adjustable is great for the overall scheme. I just think there's got to be that top tier we are looking for that really that challenges us.
I totally agree with that. And a lot of us who have been gaming for a number of years are really looking forward to these big scale raids, and that is something to shoot for. I mean, who doesn't? You want to get into a 40-man raid. When's the last time any of us sat in on a raid of that scale and size? That's one of the big attractions of the game for me, is
Yeah.
those large scale raids.
Yeah, vanilla unnamed game.
But it's almost daunting to think though. You're gonna have 40 people. You're gonna have people teleporting. You're gonna have people rolling around. You're gonna have to heal people by just line of sight action combat. And then the worst part is gonna be like a disco ball of like friendly color attacks and enemy attacks. It's gonna be
Oh.
like so vibrant. It's gonna oh my god, I just think it's gonna totally take our attention and just suck us in for hours at a time. It's gonna be
Yeah.
like
And
Slash dance.
yeah, exactly.
Middle of a raid, slash dance are all.
and who doesn't feel bad for the raid leaders that are going to have to take all these classes that can do so many different things and fit so many different roles and put that into a viable 40-person raid? That to me just is astounding, and good luck on choosing those guys. I am not in the running for that.
Memo, I'd like to put before the council that we offer psychiatric help for these raid leaders.
Yeah, this is going to be a challenge just because the classes are not cookie cutter. They are so, you know, varied in what they can do, what roles they can fill. I mean, of course, there's going to be some of that to where you can, well, this person can do this night, that person can do that night, but you're going to have people that, they want to fill their niche, and that'll be very interesting as a raid leader to figure out how to fit all those pieces of that puzzle together and get through those raids. Looking forward to seeing that.
I mean, even if the characters are adjustable, doesn't mean the person is.
Exactly.
So the raid leader has to know, like, okay, we know he can tank, he can't heal, or he can't do DPS, or there's a range tank who's really good at it, but he can't do much else, or they're going to really have to know their personnel. And the hard part is that we're going to go into these raids thinking, okay, we need X amount of DPS, X amount of healing, boom, 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 and try to set it up. Then we go in, and the raid will be different than we ever encountered. It'll be like, oh god, throw that out of the door. We just got to go by the seat of our pants. It's gonna like, woo.
I actually look forward to a lot of that, seat of the pants rating, and we haven't done that. I mean, I don't think I've ever done seat of the pants rating myself.
The only time I've ever done it was with the game I joined Grievance with, and they were very challenging raids, and I'm actually looking forward to challenging raids again.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully levels 1 through 50 really show us the mechanics, get you to really know your character. And like there's some games I get to where they've been really open-ended, you get to that last level and they're like, "Okay, throw that all away and you have to do it this way to raid."
Yeah.
And it's like,
yes.
That's not me. That's not how I played 50 levels. It's like, why did I even bother getting to this point?
Yeah.
And so
We've all
hopefully, yeah, we probably all have that kind of experience. I hope this is just going to be an extension of our earlier gameplay. We'll learn different ways of doing it in small groups, small dungeons, in our 20s and 30s and 40s. And so the 50s, it's like, yeah, it might be by the seat of our pants, but hopefully everyone will be skilled enough to kind of just fly with it. We'll have fun. We'll have wipes, like whatever, but it'll be a great time. And it'll be so entertaining and pretty fresh, I think, which I think an MMO that has a fresh, end content is going to be great.
Yeah, that's a good point. Who hasn't played a game where this is what you do to level? This is how you have to set your class up to level. But when you get to where you want to raid, this is the setup you have to raid. And that is very frustrating to have to relearn your class all over again.
Yeah,
As a
nice.
healer, your in game setup is usually a lot different than what you use to level to get there, because that is a thing that healers definitely deal with, because what makes you good in a group is not usually what makes you good solo. And it looks like the classes here are going to be a lot more versatile, where you can adjust on the fly.
Yeah. That's one thing I like about their what do they call that when you can pick what abilities you can use? I can't remember what they're calling that right now. There goes that mind.
I don't know the terminology, but
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but you know you can pick what abilities you can use. You only have 8 slots. You only can pick eight abilities, but you have a choice of 20 or something like that. You're going to have a large list, so the person's going to be able to customize it to their playstyle. So you're not going to have every single mage. You have 5 mages all run the same exact spec. You're going to have, so everybody will be able to do it best the way they feel works for them. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out.
Yeah, especially if you say you have 40 skills to pick from, and you only have 8 on your action bar. Okay, well then someone's got to have a silence, someone's got to have a sleep, someone has a knockback, a root. So everyone's going to have to a little bit different to really flush out the full group, and that's what's going to be interesting because, like we said, you can plan ahead, but once you're in action, you can't. You're stuck with that spec.
Yep.
So then it's like, oh god, that's not how we anticipated. We'll just have to see if this works or not. And so
Yeah.
it could be a lot of experimentation, which will be kind of interesting.
But luckily, with that many people, we should have 20 or 40 people. We should have somebody set up with that necessary ability. Is guess what I'm pointing is shooting
Right.
at here. So.
Which is nice. I mean, because you know how everyone has their own play style in the earlier levels, and there would be some skills that I just don't like. I just don't use it. I don't see why it's necessary, and I don't incorporate it in my own skills. Well, someone else might love that. Use it all the time.
Yep.
Perfect. He joins. I join. We got different things. They work together. Bingo. That's how we bring it down.
Nice.
It'll be cool not to see two. Yeah, well, talking about Spellslingers, 2 Spellslingers sitting next to each other doing 2 different things.
Doing 2 totally different rotations, 2 totally different skill sets. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely viable. What upcoming news do we have to look forward to in the next week? Don't we have another? Are they releasing another class next week, or are they taking the week off for Thanksgiving like Debuffed will?
To be
I
honest,
believe they're.
Go ahead.
I believe they're coming out with the Stalker. I think that's the next dev
Stalker.
speak they're going to do. At least the way they have their website set up, they seem to be going in order because the next 2 after that are the question mark ones, which we don't have any idea who they
Just
are.
speculation there.
Right. Pure
I wonder
speculation.
what they are.
But so yeah, I think they're gonna do the Stalker, and then they'll do the mystery ones,
Mystery classes.
which should be great. I mean, because we were talking about this earlier, how you think once they said they took a break, we understood why they took a break, but of course our hearts are breaking, honestly, because we're just like we want to get in the game. But I think this 6 weeks of every week having a video, updating it, showing more detail than they ever have, has kind of really brought the fire back, and I think it's kindling the fire larger than before. And I think it's making us all anticipate this winter beta. We all want to get in there. We want to try it out. So I think them doing these videos, like next week, I look forward to the Wednesday videos again, and I think is great.
Every new one that comes out, I'm like, I want to play that class now. That the last video, that's in the past. I'm ready. I'm ready for the next one. I mean, Spellslinger. We could probably do a whole show just based around that couple-minute video there. They put a lot of teases in there.
Did you guys watch their streams that they did there on Saturday that Carbine did?
Bits and pieces.
Esper?
Yeah. I liked how the Esper there, the guy was there healing his group he was in, and he let him die.
Well, it is a Chua, okay?
Yeah.
They're not very reliable. They do have great hats, though. I mean,
Ooh, a blue car.
Great. Apparently, they can do facial hair as well, from what we've seen from the Spellslinger video.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of them had. It was kind of amazing to see like the earrings, the hats. I mean, everything, the facial hair, even the guy with the Fu Manchu in the first couple shots.
That was pretty funny. Yeah.
Was like, yeah. Like,
It looks like they.
I hope they could customize all that stuff, from like the thickness of the beard to like different like the way you want to shape it. Like, come on, just have fun with it.
Yeah, that's really important in games as of now, to have a very in-depth character creator, because this is your avatar, and when that's something that they skip over. That's something that I always miss, because I like to make my character unique to me and not just a cookie cutter model.
Yep.
No, I mean, aren't you guys just like me and take like 4 hours to make your character? Gotta do every one on the slide to see how it works. Every other one. Come on.
I want that nose comes out here, the chin that's. No.
Yeah, I always go with the homeliest character possible. I like bald, weird facial features, oddest skin color. I mean, I go with as interesting as I can. I guess I don't go for the pretty, nice looking. I don't even know where I'm going with this now at this point. So
So really,
Sure.
you're just afraid to be hit on out there. You want the ugly tune to so everybody
I
leaves you alone.
guess it's a protection mechanism.
Oh my god.
Hey, babe, nice.
Nice, close set eyes and tiny chin and long beak nose. Yeah, I take all the sliders and throw them all the way up to the ends.
Right.
So what I
It's not supposed to go there, right? Nah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
put it there anyways.
I'm gonna put it there. That looks physically impossible. That's where I'm gonna go with the character creator.
what I'm hoping the most is that they give us all this, be able to adjust my character the way I want it, because I want my guy to be the meanest looking son of a ever.
Really, I thought you always played female characters, Cannon.
No, you know, you do sometimes like to watch a female character run around. Hey, look at that, but no.
But there, that's a little bit
Check out the
No.
Orin, right?
Check
TMI
out
there,
the
Cannon.
Orin.
But thank you.
Ken, you better not be checking out the tails though, right? Like, oh, look at that tail go by.
You can go so wrong with that. But no, I usually do play male characters, and being Dominion, I gotta have the mean looking, ready to torture you if you say anything wrong guy.
Yeah. Well, it's
What-
funny because
what-
like when I
What race
first
do
started
you
playing.
think? Sorry.
Sorry.
So go ahead.
I was just saying it's funny that like when I first started playing MMOs, it was people would actually be female characters, pretend to be female so they can get people's loot. They could get
Oh,
like
that's
gifts from them. And this is back before like actual chat and everything else. Everything was typed, so they would. So for me, I have to go male character all the time. It's just like it's ingrained in me now. I'm like, that's what I am. It's reflection. Boom. Bottom line.
give me your
Ra-
loots. I'm female.
What races are you guys considering for your characters? Which ones appeal to you?
Ooh. Or
Dominion, Dominion side, it would be of course the Cashin or the Makari. Chuo is an alternate character for me. Um, for the Exile side, Granik and I don't know Mordesh. I'd probably play it to see what it's like because
Space zombie? Come on.
yeah, I like to see everything you can do for that. There's got to be some crazy ways you can look as a space zombie.
And the Makari, those are the robotic race on the
Yep.
Dominion side, correct? Those are
Yep.
really cool looking as well. And I think everybody, no matter what side they play, will have to make at least one Chua. Cause come on, crazy
should
little
have
gremlin guys.
Right. I think we should have a guild just of Chuas. So we run around you do like raids and stuff, all the Chuas. Come on.
That would be interesting. I bet you will have that because you get in some of the other games you get all dwarf guilds and
Yep.
all this guild and all that and all Chua guild.
Care for hairball.
Right. Or the guild name will be like "Don't feed after midnight."
Don't feed
Oh,
after midnight.
awesome! That is a good name too. Well, so much for grievance. We're changing our name.
Right.
Yeah, I could go with don't. I could go with don't get wet, but I don't know if we need
Yeah.
to. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
Ooh.
that's a gremlin thing as well.
Yes, it is.
Apparently, there's a lot of Mordesh supporters in the cast tonight.
Space zombie. I just can't say it enough. Space zombie.
And Nagotha wants to eat a chua wrapped in bacon. Called it a
Doesn't
chupa.
sound bad.
Chupa.
A chupa.
As long as you shave it first, right? All that hair. But man, the Mordesh I really like, but it's still we still have to see two classes. We don't even know who can be what. So
Yeah, that is
I'm
true.
still
It's a
tentative,
lot.
you know what I mean? So we'll see.
I mean, yeah, that's a very good point there. A lot of it is, what classes and races mix up. So that will be a decision for a lot of people. For me, Makari, I mean, space robot, or Mordesh, space zombie. I mean, I don't know how you could go wrong with either one of those. That's just epic.
It seems like the common factor there is space.
Space.
Space. I hear it's the final frontier.
That's what I've heard
Yeah.
since
Well, come on. That's what makes this game different than other ones. I mean, it's got that space appeal. It's got that uniqueness about it where you go into one zone, the gravity's just not right. We go to another one, and it looks twisted. It looks like the surface of Mars or something, or a surface of some other asteroid. I mean, you never know. They could go to moons. They can just do a lot of different things. And
Yeah.
the technology of space in the future, I think, is what's really appealing about the game. So, take what we know about zombies. Everyone loves zombies. And
Yeah.
then you add space and with a cowboy hat. Come on,
You got them all.
right? Exactly.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
It's like a giant burrito of fun. You just throw this in there and throw that, and you wrap it up, and you go.
Very good. Giant burrito of space. I like that.
Yes.
That would be a great tagline. Giant burrito of space.
Come on, I'm hungry now.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm thinking. I'm like, man, I want to go to Taco Bell. What the heck? But
Anything else you guys are looking forward to in the coming weeks? Besides, of course, that elusive invite we can't talk about, hoping that we see in our mailbox.
yeah, I'm hoping that after they get done with the classes, that what I'm looking forward to is something on crafting and something on raiding. I want to see something. I want to see some raids. I want to see a big group. Go.
Definitely. Because you want to know those raids are out there at launch. You don't want to have one of those taglines saying we're going to be adding this as soon as we can. Because you'll have a section of the guild that'll hit that point, and if there's no raids, that is a problem. So
Yeah.
we've seen it in other games.
That is actually what I'm worried about the most, is that we'll have people that are going to burn right through to level 50 top, because admit
It
it, every
happens.
game has that. Every game has that. But that the rest of the guild isn't going to keep up, and I'm concerned about that. I don't want people to be left at that level 50, waiting for everybody to hang up. So catch up.
You always have it though, Ken. I mean, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter what kind of game it is. You always have it. But with grievance, we have seen it happen time and time again. You will always have some of those people, and some of them will be there and help the rest of people get through. But your major core, your majority core of people will all hit right about the same time, and these will be your raiders. So I wouldn't be overly concerned about that, because a lot of the people in grievance, of course, we have the overachievers, but a lot of us, we have jobs, family, children, pets, things outside gaming that we can't play 17 hours a day and hit 50 the first or second day. So I don't think that's going to be a big concern for rating with
No.
grievance.
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, like you said, I think the guild is made in such a way where we are a family-oriented guild. Doesn't mean we have people that don't have kids and still can game for 18 hours, the first day. But what I think this game is unique is that, yes, we're going to have those guys, they hit 50, and you think, oh, they're going to get bored, no end content. Well, first of all, they've worked over 2 years on the end content, so we know something's there. Maybe not as much as we hope, but there's something. That's good. Two, there's a mentoring system. So they can be 50, and they'd be like, oh, here's my buddy. He's at 20. I'm going to go help him. And then so we could still play together. We can still level together. So I'm helping him. I'm still getting stuff, achievements, and everything. I think even at 50, you're still striving for things. You're still gaining things. And the best thing, your house. We're all going to be obsessed with our house. It's going to be all these quests we're going to want to do, want to get more things. So with the mentoring system in the house, they're going to go perfectly with each other. I don't think they're going to get bored. I think they're going to be right there. They'll be ahead of us, but I think they'll be right there helping us get to 50, get to that spot, and we'll all get there, and then we'll be like, hey, look, there's now all of a sudden 120 of us ready to raid in the first couple months or less. It's like, so I think it's going to work out because the way the game was really thought, it was really, they really thought it through and how they wanted to set it up. And I think from day one till day whatever, I think it's really going to work out.
Yeah, that's a good point. The housing, that's something I didn't think of towards in game, because people are going to want that stuff for their house, and they're going to have to go out there and find the stuff.
Yep.
And that one little piece, they'll see someone else's house. Where'd you get that? Then spend a week trying to find that same piece. So that's a very valid point for in game. But
And of course, you have PvP. So
yes,
that's going to be really elaborate. I heard maybe even competitive. So who knows how that's going to be? But I think at least not everyone likes PvP, but it's going to be there. They can try it out with the rest of the guildies. You never know.
Yeah, I am terrible at PvP, but I do enjoy it. And with the
Same.
classes that we've seen and the versatility they have, you gotta wonder how some of those are gonna match up in PvP. And that is definitely something to look forward to as well, because I do PvP a lot in games. I'm not good at it, but it doesn't stop me from competing because I enjoy player versus player.
Well, they showed that one dueling match that on it was on the Esper one, wasn't it?
Yep,
Now
exactly.
that's one thing that impressed me because most games where I've done dueling on, it was like smack bam, damn, I'm done. I was dead before I even knew it. But that match that they had, that took some skill, and it took a while for them to beat each other down. So that's kind of what makes it interesting. The PvP interesting for me is that it's not going to be one shot, one kill. It's actually going to be, you know, it's going to take some skill. It's going to take time. It's not going to be smack them down, done.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, you have to know your class. I mean, they showed where he would launch a nuke at the guy and he just dodged it. It's
yeah,
like, oh, I couldn't kill him. And then all of a sudden, if you don't hit him a few times, his shield will regenerate. So all of a sudden, he could be down to low health, but also you
full
can't get
shields.
to it.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, really, and there was the fact that you could see a full light armored mage go against a warrior that I'm assuming had pretty good, defense, which in the beginning of the video you can see.
Yep.
I think it was like amazing the Esper even won. I was like, oh my god. So it really, if you know your class, you have a chance. You
Yep.
just gotta just do it and hit your target pretty much. It sounds a lot easier than it is, but I think that's great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how these classes do match up against each other. The Esper and the warrior going against each other. That's always been issues in other PvP games to where your casters and your melee characters and high damage characters have been very mismatched. So with the versatility of these characters, that's something I'm looking forward to seeing how that does work out.
Yeah, I mean, it should be interesting with, like you said. I mean, the fact that the warrior wasn't even a tank, but so you're gonna have a warrior that's like DPSing that might have a lasso to pull people in close, like things like that. You're just like, where'd that come from? Or the mage that has a shield also that you can't touch him for 3 to 5 seconds. It was like, oh, this is gonna be fun. I mean, really could turn the table any minute.
Yep.
Okay, do you guys have any final thoughts, messages for our debuffed fans out there? We have any questions from anybody?
We love you guys. I don't see any coming up there.
Okay, well, I wanted to remind people again, we will not be having any Thursday cast next week because of Thanksgiving. I mentioned it earlier, but no
Yeah, you're
cast
reminded.
next week on Thursday because of Thanksgiving.
Woohoo!
Right?
Turkey Day.
Cannon, Soul
Oh,
Garden, Cannon, Soul Garden. Appreciate you guys being here with us tonight. This is Memo signing out. Thanks, folks.
Good
have a
night,
good night,
everybody.
guys.